Welcome back to the Rodecast, guys. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm your host, Rod, as always. And in this video, we have another instance where the local station KCAL News out of California is distorting the truth and reporting incomplete facts in order to demonize ICE and make it seem as if ICE is arresting legal permanent residents without any reason and dragging innocent people, in this case a woman, into ICE detention for 30 days for no reason. That is the way that they presented this story.
Our other top story tonight, a Studio City business owner pleading for help after he says his wife, a green card holder here legally, was taken by ICE.
And we have a team of journalists on TV and behind the scenes dedicated to covering immigration stories, and that includes our Lori Perez. And Lori, you spoke to that business.
Yeah, you have a team of journalists, except that's not actually true because none of them are actually doing journalism. If they were, you would have found that the information that you reported here is inaccurate. So your team of journalists are completely useless. You might as well fire them all, including this one, Maria on camera over here. None of them were able to get the basic facts about this person that you're reporting on. So your team of journalists have failed miserably, lady.
And we have a team of journalists on TV and behind the scenes dedicated to covering immigration stories, and that includes our Lori Perez. And Lori, you spoke to that business owner. He says his wife was on her way to gaining U.S. citizenship, right?
That's right.
That's right. Everybody's on their way to getting citizenship when they're arrested by ICE. They're always, we were just about to get legal status. They're minutes away from getting legalized when they get picked up. Okay. Now, this case is not the same as all the other cases because this person did have a green card. But even when it comes to like illegals, everybody says they're right about to get legal status. Okay. Whenever ICE comes, they're always just minutes away from getting legal status. They've had years, been here for 20, 30 years, did nothing. Okay. But as soon as ICE arrives, oh, yeah, we were just about to get it.
That's right. And these are now the desperate pleas posted in the window of the Elegant Balloons in Studio City to bring Shorore Mogatom home. It has been 30 days since she went to an immigration appointment and was detained by ICE.
You know, you're always thinking about for someone else, but you never think it might happen to for yourself too.
Hussein Agdas's phone is filled with pictures of a happy wife, a happy life now in peril. 1 month ago, he says Shorore Mogatom got a summons telling her to report to immigration. So she went, thinking it was a ceremony for those like her who'd recently passed their citizenship test. Instead, ICE agents took the 55-year-old, originally from Iran, into custody, and Agdas has not seen her since.
I know this is not fair. I know it's not fair, but she didn't do nothing wrong. She didn't kill anyone. She didn't rob the bank. She didn't do nothing. She doesn't have no parking ticket.
Okay, so KCAL News didn't report on her crimes. This guy just lied and said she's done nothing wrong. That he specifically mentioned robbery, which is hilarious because she has convictions for, guess what, being a thief. So even though KCAL News didn't report the facts on this, NBCLA, which is a different outlet, actually did report the facts on this. They actually waited for ICE to get back to them about this person who was arrested, and it was for a very good reason that they were arrested. And here are the facts about exactly why she was arrested.
He tells us his wife was detained by federal agents even though she has a green card. ICE says she was convicted on 2 separate theft offenses. We received this news statement from ICE less than 10 minutes ago that reads in part, despite being granted the opportunity to remain in the country between August 2015 and May 9, 2019, Mogadam was convicted of 2 separate theft offenses, demonstrating a clear disregard for U.S. laws and rendering her subject to removal under U.S. immigration law.
So that's right. She was literally convicted on theft offenses. And this guy just said that she is not a robber. Okay. So they didn't even fact check the sob story that they're trying to push here. Okay. They show these nice videos of her dancing with dogs. And this is, again, manipulation tactics to the max because everybody loves dogs. And They're showing videos of her acting like a normal person. I got news for you. Even criminals have time with their families and their dogs, and they have pets. Doesn't mean that they're not criminals. And by the way, you have to be in good moral standing in order to get naturalized as a citizen. If immigration finds out that you have committed crimes, they can deny you your opportunity to become a citizen. Okay, that is our right. We don't want a bunch of criminals becoming citizens here. I don't want any of these people becoming citizens, but the law specifically allows Homeland and ICE and immigration services to make sure that people who have committed crimes here can be denied their citizenship, their naturalization, and be detained for as long as it takes to process them and get them out of the country. And that's what's happening here. So KCAL News didn't wait for ICE to get back. They didn't do any research on this person that they're trying to launder the reputation of here and pretend like she did nothing wrong. And ICE just randomly arrested a woman and took her into custody for 30 days, that's not true. Now we know that she's a criminal, and that's why she was detained at her hearing. And she's going to be shipped back to wherever she wants to go. If she doesn't want to go to Iran, fine, she'll go somewhere else, a third country of her choosing. Okay, that's available and willing to take her. Everything KCAL News presented here is an effort to demonize ICE and make it seem like they're arresting innocent people, when in reality, ICE had all the rights to arrest this person at their hearing and detain her for the 30 days and to deport her now that she's not going to become a citizen. So KCAL News didn't wait for the facts at all, prematurely reported a sob story essentially, just to make get people to hate ICE and be skeptical about this situation. If you look at the comment section, some people are confused. It's been clarified now because we found out that she's a criminal, but they didn't wait for the facts to come in. They were in such a hurry to report this story, and I don't know why. There is no hurry. Okay, it's not like you have a time clock on some random woman who's been taken. So they didn't need to, they could have waited until ICE got back to them with the facts. But no, they did the video. Thousands of people saw it. And all it's done is shown how biased they are and how little they care about facts. Those teams of journalists that you have on immigration issues, they don't give a damn about the actual facts of these immigration stories and why people have been arrested. All they want to do is demonize ICE. That's what the team of so-called quote-unquote journalists are doing at KCAL News, trying to demonize ICE, trying to find new ways to make ICE look bad while they're just doing their job and following the law, and trying to get the illegal aliens who have invaded our country to look as sympathetic as possible.
She didn't do nothing wrong. She didn't kill anyone. She didn't rob the bank. She didn't do nothing. She doesn't have no parking ticket.
Owners of a popular balloon shop in Studio City, the couple is usually inseparable.
It's like a Romeo and Juliet, honestly.
Like Agdas, who came here in 1977, he says his wife was persecuted in Iran for being of the Baha'i faith. She entered the U.S. 10 years ago legally and got a green card. Now she's in a detention center in Arizona.
Who cares? I don't care if she's persecuted. And it's ridiculous that we allow for people to come here just because they're persecuted. What the hell obligation do we have as an Anglo-Saxon country to some losers in Iran? I don't care what happens to her. You let her get persecuted in her own country. That's her problem. You have to solve your own problems. Okay, America has exactly zero obligations to these people, and wasting our tax dollars, wasting our resources to harbor these people because they have problems in their country. Who doesn't? Who's taking in Americans when we have problems? Nobody. Okay, and I'm not leaving, by the way, as a real American whose ancestors have been here for 387 years. I'm not leaving. Okay. And anybody who leaves their country because they have problems, they're traitors to that country. You're betraying your ancestors whose bloodline built that country. Okay. She's an Iranian. That's where she belongs. You don't run away from your country because you have problems. We have a lot of problems in America, mostly created by the invaders, but we have other problems as well. But you don't see us running away. I'm not running away, no matter how tough it gets here. During the Great Depression, where the economy was in shambles, our ancestors didn't run away from this country because we have loyalty. Okay. And if you're being persecuted, you're going to have to solve your own problems. We need to end this asylum thing completely. Okay. None of you have any right to be here because you have problems in your country. Solve your own issues. Don't make it our problem.
People have stopped in to sign a petition asking Congressman Brad Sherman for help.
Taxpayers, they own a business, they're beloved in the neighborhood. You know, this is wrong.
Mogatom
No, lady, it's 100% right. You're wrong.
Has an attorney in Arizona, but if she's not out in a month, she says she'll self-deport. That's how bad it is. Agdas won't go back to Iran, but he will leave the U.S. and says they'll go somewhere safe together.
Would it break your heart to leave your business?
Of course. I like my neighborhood. I like here. This is my country now. I don't feel I came from Iran or because of this is my country. No, this is my land, my country. I used to believe, pray, and now this situation happened. I lost my feeling about the prayer.
Yeah, you can pray to whoever you like. It's not going to help you. But anyways, as far as this land is my land. This land is not your land. Your ancestors didn't build it. You didn't build it. You have done nothing for this land. You have no claim to this land. This land was built by Northern and Western Europeans for them and their progeny. Okay, that would be me and all the other similarly situated people who are descended from the colonists who came here. You have no ties to this land. You will never be an American. And that's the bottom line. You're an Iranian. You have Iranian blood in your veins. That's where you belong. You ran away. That's your problem. And now your wife is going to be shipped back. She's never coming back, by the way. And you need to go back to wherever you want. If you don't want to go back to Iran, that's fine. Go to another country. You don't belong here. And this is not your land. I don't know where you got this idea. It's like me breaking into your house and telling you now it's my house. And you, at that point, you would call the police because that would be robbery. Okay. Which is exactly what your wife, by the way, was convicted on. Bottom line, there's once again KCAL News trying to demonize ICE by lying and reporting incomplete stories about the people in question here, not reporting the criminal past of the person that has been detained. And what does that do? That makes it look like ICE arrested an innocent person. And that's why I say they're trying to demonize ICE. When you say that the police arrested an innocent person when they haven't, you're demonizing the police by trying to make it seem like some random person got arrested, taken off the street, and detained for 30 days. That's not what happened here. Immigration officers can deny you the right to become a citizen, to get naturalized, if they see that you're in bad moral character. Okay, that's one of the features in the law that is used to disqualify people from becoming citizens, from becoming naturalized citizens when they have a criminal past. That's what happened here. And now she's going to be slated for deportation. And most likely she will self-deport because she doesn't want to be in detention. People are in detention, by the way, because they're getting their so-called due process. Okay? Because ICE is actually giving them due process. And when that's done, they'll be shipped out of here. And that's all I got to say for this video. Shame on KCAL News once again. And I'll see you guys all in my next video, as always.